Watcha, me again. Card layout number 62 coming your way, and this time it's been a bit ropey weather up in Scotland lately, so I wanted to use one of the stamps that I had. The layout you saw there, and some ink pads. I've got some dies that I thought I might use, a couple of scraps of white cardstock for stamping onto, and then this is the stamp that I will use, again from Visible Image. And the paper pad that I'm using comes from Craft Consortium, and it's called the Herbarium. Nice sagey greens going on here, and I love this scripty background, so that is going to actually be the entire background of the card. Cutting down the strips according to the measurements, and obviously, as ever, you can download all 62 layouts from my blog, gentlemancrafter.com, if you so wish. The layout you see on screen is basically my sketch. Obviously what I've done is I've gone ahead and done a printable version with all of the dimensions written on it as well, so it makes more sense. Okay, I'm going to ink the edges of this paper so that it's not so abrupt. I'm not even sure a paper can be abrupt, but hopefully you'll understand what I mean. Maybe distressed is a better word. Maybe it should be distressed. I'm not sure what paper would be distressed about. But, you know, we've all got life issues, haven't we? I'm not entirely sure the focus is working on the camera at the moment, but hopefully you can see the shading going on there. Out with the bookbinding glue from Pinflair to stick it down to the card. Just making sure it's straight. And then next up I shall be stamping out the sentiment. Now I did start by trying to use an archival ink pad, but what I didn't enjoy about this was the fact that it was quite subdued, as you can see there. So I flipped that over and chose a darker green. Again, just trying to coordinate my inks with papers, but then I decided, nah, I'll go for the black. I really should have cleaned the stamp off first, because now I've probably got the green ink all over the black ink pad. I haven't checked, but you never know. Okay, now I wanted to do something at the top of that panel. So what I did was created a stickable mask, adhesive, that's the word, stickable. Goodness me, from a post-it note using the cloud stencil you just saw there. And the reason I'm not using the cloud stencil itself is because I wanted to stamp over it, and there obviously is the ridge of the thick plastic in the stencil. And the reason I want to stamp over it is because I want the sunbeams. But I don't want them to go through the clouds, I want them to sit behind the clouds. This time I am going to use the fern green ink pad to get this more subtle effect. And then it will be off with the sticky mask and on with the plastic mask, because then I can blend my ink off the edge. Reusing that post-it note as a temporary adhesive to hold that down too. Is a tip for you. Okay, that's alright, that works. Looks like the words are in the clouds now. Just a bit of inking around the edges. I'm very sorry for all the wonky stuff that's going on with the camera today. I'm not entirely sure what settings I've changed, but something seems to be happening with the contrast and everything. Anyway, I'll fix that for next time. Please do remember to give this video a thumbs up and not a thumbs down, please. Right, on with the layers. You could actually mix and match these layers with different papers, or even put them going behind each other in different sequences. These layouts, as ever, are just a suggestion. You can of course adapt them to whatever card size you've got, and whatever papers you've got, and what mood you're in. It's entirely up to you. Now, I did realise when I stuck this down I put it in the wrong place, so quickly get it up and rub away the glue. That's one of the beauties of this bookbinding glue. It does take a moment to seep in, but it doesn't leave much residue if you suddenly need to move it. Now, I did a few things that I wasn't interested in using, like die cutting those flowers and the leaves, so I've just chopped that bit out because it wasn't really relevant, and going straight on to sticking down the sentiment panel. Looks good. As ever, this little sheet of gems is coming in handy. And there we go. There is card layout number 62. I hope you enjoyed that one, and will leave some lovely comments. That's it for this time. If you've enjoyed this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments section below. And for more from me in the future, please remember to subscribe to this channel. Thanks for watching.